Hello C News family, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into a royal saga so wild it could outshine any primetime soap opera. It's the kind of story that makes you laugh, sigh, and honestly wonder if certain folks in that glittering palace ever paused to check their own reflection. Every time Harry and Meghan, let's call her Meghan, Duchess of Montetito, score a major victory, the British press flips into overdrive, churning out the same predictable script. Prince William needs his brother's help. Harry must return to prop up the heir. Harry's the key to saving the monarchy. I'm over here nursing my coffee thinking, hold up. William's had 41 years to gear up for his role as future king, a lifetime to hone his leadership, polish his public persona, and embrace his so-called destiny. Yet the same outlets that spent years shoving Harry out the door now want him back, because apparently William can't handle the crown's weight. In any other job, William's lackluster performance would have earned him a pink slip ages ago. But in Royalville, instead of accountability, they dial up Harry like he's their emergency backup generator. The hypocrisy of William's struggles. Let's rewind. William played a starring role in pushing Harry and Meghan out of the royal fold. Back then, it was all about securing the spotlight, basking in the glow of being the heir, and making sure no one stole his thunder. But here's the kicker. He forgot the part about actually doing the work. Leadership, connecting with the public, building a legacy. Those require more than just a few staged photo ops. Fast forward to 2025, and you can practically taste the regret wafting from Kensington Palace. William's stuck in neutral, while Harry and Meghan are blazing trails in California, crafting a life that's authentic, impactful, and, dare I say it, regal in its own right. Meanwhile, William's out here trying to one-up his younger brother and failing spectacularly. Why? Because Harry's got what William can't fake: raw charisma, emotional depth, and a work ethic that just doesn't quit. Harry's not just surviving, he's thriving, proving that stepping away from the palace was the ultimate power move. Just this week, the bombshell dropped. Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal got a major extension. It's honestly a testament to their staying power, their knack for storytelling, and, well, their ability to build a brand that resonates globally. They're not just playing the game, they're rewriting the rules. And right on schedule, the tabloids counter with a tearjerker cover story, something like, Diana's boys torn apart 20 years after her passing. The headline screams, one brother prepares for the throne, the other protects his peace. William and Harry, bound by their mother's memory, remain painfully estranged. They slap a heart-tugging photo of Diana with her boys on the front, aiming straight for the feels. But let's call it what it is, pure manipulation. Behind that sentimental image lies a tale of envy. William, the heir, can't stand that Harry, the spare, is stealing the show, not by scheming, but by being unapologetically himself. Let's cut through the noise. William won't admit he's floundering. His ego's just too big for that. Instead, the British media do his bidding, pushing the narrative that Harry's return would rescue the monarchy. Why? Because even they can see the truth. William lacks the spark to be the inspiring king the public craves. Harry, on the other hand, radiates the qualities of a modern leader. Genuine, empathetic, articulate, and relatable across all walks of life. William. His recent headlines are less about leadership and more about damage control. Speaking of which, whispers about William's temper have started leaking out, painting a picture far from the steady future monarch the palace tries to sell. Sources claim he's a demanding boss, hounding staff for fundraising results like a corporate tyrant obsessed with the bottom line. Imagine working for someone who checks your progress every hour, breathing down your neck for numbers. It's exhausting, demoralizing, and honestly the opposite of inspiring leadership. When these reports surfaced, what did William do? Cue the frantic PR scramble. Out comes another article proclaiming him the people's favorite royal. But how many times can they recycle that tired line? The public isn't blind. No amount of spin can mask a toxic work environment or a lack of vision. So here's the thing. One insider, quoted in a major outlet, claimed William's frustration with Harry has, hardened into apathy. Translation? He's acting like he doesn't care because honestly he knows he can't outshine his brother. Royal commentators love to frame this as a clash of deeply held principles. But let's be real for a sec. Harry's fighting for something tangible. His family's safety, his mental health, his right to live free from harassment. William, his so-called principle seems to just boil down to winning a lifelong sibling contest he's already losing. And then there's the constant invocation of Diana's wish for her sons to stand together. Sure, she wanted unity, but she also wanted her boys to be, happy. The press conveniently forgets that part. Diana knew the monarchy's dark side. She lived it. She'd never guilt Harry into returning to a system that chewed her up and spat her out. Diana once said the monarchy would always shield the heir, but she'd protect the spare. She understood the royal machine's cruelty, how it uses and discards those who don't fit the mold. If she were here today, she wouldn't be dragging Harry back to Buckingham Palace. She'd be in the front row, cheering his independence, honestly proud that he chose joy over duty, freedom over protocol. Harry's path kind of echoes Diana's own, speaking truth, defying the establishment, and prioritizing well-being over appearances. The parallels are actually striking. The same venom Charles aimed at Diana, William and the royal institution turned on Harry. Why a reunion is a terrible idea. Even if Harry packed his bags and returned tomorrow, the palace wouldn't roll out the red carpet. He'd just be a pawn, scapegoated for William's failures, and stripped of his ideas to make the heir look competent. We've seen this playbook before. Harry's brilliance used to prop up the monarchy's facade while he's painted as the problem. No thanks. I mean, just compare that to William and Kate's track record. They've honestly earned a reputation as the least active senior royals. Endless holidays, sparse public engagements, and really not much to show for their decades in the public eye. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan have built a global empire, inked major deals, and continued their charitable work, all without the taxpayer-funded safety net the working royals lean on. The contrast couldn't be starker. The royal establishment and their media allies are absolutely sweating because Harry, the so-called spare, is outshining the heir. Every time the Sussexes land a victory, the same tired plea surfaces. Harry, come back and fix William's mess. But here's a reality check for the heir. You've had 41 years to master this gig. If you're still struggling, that's on you, not your brother. Stop begging for a bailout. The media's desperation is honestly palpable. They know Harry's authenticity and Meghan's star power are a threat to the monarchy's outdated image, so they lean on Diana's name, twisting her legacy to guilt Harry into returning. It's a low blow and honestly it's not working. The public sees through the spin, and the Sussexes' fans are growing by the day. Bigger picture here is that Harry's success in California is no accident. It's really the result of breaking free from a toxic system. By pushing him out, William and the palace basically handed Harry the keys to his own destiny. Now he and Meghan are living proof that you don't need a throne to make an impact. Their Netflix triumph, their philanthropy, their ability to connect with people worldwide, it's all a masterclass in modern leadership. William, meanwhile, is trapped in a cycle of envy, media stunts and comparisons he'll never win. The palace's attempts to prop him up only highlight his shortcomings. If he wants to be a king worth rooting for, he needs to stop chasing Harry's shadow and actually start building his own legacy. But you know, that would require work, vision and a humility he's yet to show. To the British press, stop using Diana's memory as a weapon. Her legacy isn't a tool for your agenda, it's a reminder of what courage looks like. To William, 41 years is long enough. Step up or step out of the way. And to Harry and Meghan, keep shining, because every milestone you hit proves that walking away was the smartest move you ever made. C News, this is the story the palace doesn't want you to hear. Harry and Meghan aren't just surviving, they're rewriting what royalty can mean. They're happy, they're winning, and they're showing the world that true power comes from authenticity, not a crown. Share this with anyone still buying the poor William myth, and let's keep cheering for the couple who chose freedom over fairy tales. Until next time, stay sharp and keep the conversation going.